a flash mob, flash mob.
Phone bank.
Okay, and that's that. Before I forget, something totally different. May 24th is Bronx Day in Albany, and what I wanted to say when Jose, well, he doesn't have to be here, is that is the perfect day, or whoever's going, you should go, if you can go. Be prepared, that's the day when we're gonna be with our elected officials, people that are not even our elected, for our districts, they'll be there. This is the time to prepare. I know everybody wants to go out and have a good time, they give nice food, and it's a nice party. But this is the time to be prepared to go to all these different elected officials and talk to them about the rent situation. Because push comes to shove, I'll tell them straight, if I get evicted, I'm going in front of your house to with a tent. No, I'm serious.
So Bronx Day in Albany
Bronx Day is Albany is the
May
24th of May. Mark Jonah, you need to call Mark Jonah's office, which should be on the agenda.
Yeah.
Call right away, they should still be, but you have to call. They've added buses, I know they've added buses already, but you need to call and let them know who's coming, how many you're bringing, and so on. So as soon as possible, call, and before the 24th, try to prepare some kind of statement that you want to make to whoever is gonna be there. You know, Carl Hastings usually is there. You got Ruben Diaz Senior, Jose will be there, Mark should be there, Jeff probably would be there, I don't know about Richie, no, that's council, no. But, Benedetto, Sepulveda, Crespo, they're always there every year. Rivera, yes. They will be there, and more. Senator Ruth probably, I hope will be there.
And Hasty, speaker.
Yes, Hasty will be there. So prepare for the 24th, because we really need to do something about this rent situation. What they don't seem to realize is the rents are going up, people are getting kicked out, they want a $15 an hour minimum wage. But when you have that, what they're doing, I don't know if you've read, especially McDonald's is testing automated automation, so that they're not going to have, so they can fire. There might be one or two people that get $15 an hour, but the rest are going to be fired.
That's
so
true. Don't use it.
Opinion.
You insist on the cashier.
Absolutely. No, just like the.
But yeah, there's that. Plus, wait. The city council, Mayor de Blasio passed at 5% of bags come October. That's another thing that's gonna hurt low income.
No, it's not.
Yes, it will.
They're exempt from it.
If you have food stamps, you're exempt from it.
Yeah, but that's poor people. But what do you?
Well, hold on,
If you make $1 over, you're not poor.
Guys, if you need reuse,
No, but that's the point I'm trying to say. It's still gonna hurt when they
classify.
guys, one meeting, let's move on.
Food stamps.
Thank you.
They're exempt.
We love each other.
But if you make $1
Maybe.
You bring your own bag.
I'm like my brother.
I pay nothing.
Isn't your brother? Diana, if you want to do an update on the board, on.
Yeah, I want to do an update on new.
They don't be carrying bags.
Actually, right after.
So, more about the voting and the Board of Elections.
Just go through it quick.
We have important connections on this subject because Richie Torres is one of the 4 or 5 city council people who is on the Committee on Government Operations. And they are holding hearings with the Board of Elections. The first one is on Friday, and then there's going to be another one in June, investigating how the operations of the Board of Elections got into such a state that hundreds of thousands of people would be taken off the lists. And it then has emerged, as people are looking into all of this, that there are a lot of errors being made, and there are a lot of ways that your voter information can be changed, sometimes without your knowledge. There's a city database, there's a state database, they don't sync, and sometimes the problem is that information gets lost between them. And also, Jose Rivera's daughter-in-law is the press secretary for the Board of Elections, so he's very informed about it too. And then again, like the rent laws, the state election laws are state laws, not city laws. So for improvements and changes, they have to be done at the state level.
Is this at the Board of Elections level?
Diana, can you give them the number of the Bronx Board of Elections and New York City Board of Elections?
So if you had to go by affidavit ballot, remember, you can call and check and see if it was counted, and if not, what is the problem with your registration that it wasn't eligible? And the number is 718
Just speak up, there's a train going by.
718 299 9017.
That's Bronx?
That's Bronx.
Bronx, and
The Bronx Board of Elections, 718-299-9017. And you can also call the New York City Board of Elections, the main office, and that number is
NYC vote.
212-487-5400.
wait, it's what?
NYC vote.
What is the first numbers? 212, so 212 NYC vote.
487-5400.
That wouldn't be the same.
Is that NYC
It's
vote?
not the same,
No.
but the main number is NYC vote.
Okay.
For the general election, can she still register?
Yes, you can.
There's still plenty of time to register for, and they do have some information on their website.
So those phone numbers, if you or anyone you know voted by affidavit ballot, also called a provisional ballot, you can call those numbers to ask to see if those votes were counted.
Right, to ask about your voter registration, what information do they have, and was your ballot counted or not? But if you really want to be sure, you should go in person,
And
rather
should
than
they
rely on just what somebody's telling you over the phone.
And so if we go in person, they will let us see the actual record?
Yes, by law, you have the right to see all the records they have about your voter registration.
Kathleen?
And another big problem that emerged is that, you can look up your voter registration information online, but when you're looking online, what you are seeing is the state database. And the state database information might be different from the city database information. And the poll books that come to the poll sites where you have to sign in come out of the city. So just because your information looks good on the state level, that doesn't necessarily mean that it is okay in the city level. Because a lot of people checked at the state level online and thought they were fine and went to the polls and they weren't in the poll book.
Kathleen?
One thing, I work with the Board of Elections. I'm an assistant trainer and assembly district monitor. And when you're filling out an affidavit ballot, if you do not fill it out correctly, it's invalidated.
Right.
You have to fill out all the information on the ballot. If you do not seal the ballot, they don't know if anybody has tampered with your ballot.
It's not counted.
This seal the affidavit ballot envelope. If you do not properly seal it, it will be invalidated because somebody could have just taken out your ballot, filled out another ballot, and stuck it in there. So if you ever do fill out an affidavit ballot, everything that they request or the information they ask for has to be filled out, and it has to be sealed. Otherwise, it is invalidated.
Thank you,
And if you
Kathleen.
forget to
And
sign
a
it,
lot of
it's not
the-
valid.
A lot of the poll workers at the table do not know this, and therefore they do not tell you this,
Or they don't
because
have
it's
time
not
to-
proper training, there's not really
Or
enough
they
training.
don't have time to check it for you to make sure you filled it out right. If you
A
forgot
lot
to
of
write
it
in
is
your-
they do not know.
I'm a
Because
poll worker, I beg to differ.
you,
Okay.
but I go around to different poll sites, and check, and I like assistant training classes.
Ask me.
Yeah, let's move on.
And
Diana, thank you.
the training classes used to be 6 hours long, and have been shortened to 4 hours.
Shut up.
What was your,
And a lot of work
let me
programs
have
do
the
not know.
meetings go, statement regarding that? In public, or you want to ask her after? Yeah,
So my question is, from what I understand, if you go and register or you change your party thing, they put you on a moratorium for,
Right.
you can't vote in that next election, that whatever that next election is that's coming up. Because
Well,
I did
let's see if I
that,
can
I
remember.
did that when
Right,
I
you're
changed
right,
the party,
basically.
and then they told me, they prevented me, they told me I could not go to the next election.
Right. It's a rule about how soon before the election you can switch parties, or if you were you were not in any party, how soon you can join a party. And I forget what it is, but it's very, very long. It's like the longest in the whole country. Yeah.
You have to wait till like.
Who's there? No, so, Roxanne and Fran, Roxanne and Fran are gonna present about the New Beginnings fundraisers. Please tear the house down, we need some excitement.
Yeah.
Bring on those cats and dogs, it's raining cats and dogs.
Yes.
Y'all even give out the flyers, give me the flyers.
On June 4th,
Saturday.
On June 4th, Saturday, between 7 p.m. and 11 p.m., there's a fundraiser for New Beginning Animal Rescue. For $20, you get unlimited food and very cheap drinks, and you have a chance to win great prizes. Even if you don't like animals, it's a great deal. So for just $20, I went there for the past 2 years, and it's surprisingly so fun. A free DJ.
Everything is donated, the food, all the gifts for the, the gifts for the prizes, because you can, put tickets in each basket, and the DJ's donated, the
The
food is
raffle
donated.
tickets are so inexpensive. For 5 tickets, $1 each, 6 tickets, $5, and you're able to win great prizes, value 10 times more than what you spent.
And 100% of all of it goes directly to pay to a New Beginning Animal Rescue.
And if you can go to New Beginning
Fran.
Animal Rescue, their Facebook page, and see all the information. They have a petition to help save the shelter. They have a GoFundMe to help donate. No amount is small enough. Believe me, any dollar adds up. It helps give a meal to the pet. And lastly, there are pictures of all the available pets available for adoption. So if you can at least pass their photos around, and maybe you have someone on Facebook or your neighbor who's looking for a pet, instead of them buying one from Puppy Mill, they could adopt a nice one from the shelter, from the only Bronx Animal Rescue Shelter, the only shelter we have in the entire Bronx. Thank you.
Roxanne, did you mention GoFundMe?
Oh, there's also a GoFundMe page. You can see it on Facebook
But
page.
it's on the bottom of every
It's on the
flyer.
bottom, all the flyers around here.
If you can't go to a fundraiser, or if you'd like to donate like $1,000, go to the fundraiser page, and it's GoFundMe.com, and then / there's like numbers and letters right after it.
There,
Yeah, that's the question.
there is also a restaurant in Throggs Neck on Tremont Avenue that is run by Pedro, that all the money, all the profit from that restaurant goes to the shelter.
Where is this?
I can't remember the name of it.
It's his restaurant.
It's a Spanish restaurant on Tremont. It's run by him, and all the profits go to the animal shelter. And I hear they're good.
Yes, I heard it.
Oh, the food, yeah, I understand.
I wanted to ask you, where is the short drive and how accessible is that?
It's near the 40 and 42 bus, and near the 8 bus also.
Yeah, I took the 8 bus there last
No,
night.
the other
Walking
day-
distance on the 8 bus.
The other day, when we were coming back from the shelter, Roxy said it was only 2 blocks.
The 8 bus.
What's the name of it?
178th in infant mortality.
El Sabor or something?
I'm gonna look it up.
El Sabor or something, I think, yeah.
I'll look it up.
Have you guys ever applied for funds from, different agencies or grants?
Well, they're in the process of applying for the fiscal year 2017.
Can you hold this for a little
but
bit
that's
so
not
they
eligible
could
for the
hear it?
following
They-
year.
they record.
Currently, right now, they have only been providing on small donation volunteers from the community. And they're 2 months away from shutting down. So right now, they do need.
Yeah, but I mean, prior to this, they never thought about this or?
I attend their, whatever meeting, their advisory committee meetings. They have put in an application with Councilman Baca's office for what's called discretionary funding for the New York City Council, our tax dollars, our money. He just decides kind of how to use it. That money, if they get it, that will, I don't know if they'll get it on July 1st, but the funding starts on July 1st for that year. So if they are approved, let's say for $50,000, they'll be able to use that $50,000 between July, for the period between July 1st and June 30th, 2017. So July 1st, 2016 and June 30th, 2017. Now, how long does that money take to be processed? Who knows? So that's why it's so important, their GoFundMe page. Now, their GoFundMe page has actually raised $14,000.
Oh, yeah.
They're aiming to raise $50,000 to cover,
5 months.
Rent expense have 10,000.
5 months.
Includes rent, electricity, and wages.
so 10,000. So if they raise 50,000, that'll be 5 months.
Yeah.
So they've already raised a month and a half worth. So they'll be hopefully open another month and a half at least. But yes.
Also, from private, organizations, have you applied for grants or?
Yeah, they have.
You know, from that's
There's a
what I'm
tremendous
really
amount of
talking about.
volunteers that have been there from the very, very beginning. They're very dedicated, and they have been putting in for grants. But I don't even know how you know if you get the discretionary funds. How does one know that?
The councilman's office will contact Pedro or someone from BPECA. Now, keep in mind, I don't even think,
I don't even like it.
I don't think Councilman Baca's office has not decided yet how the discretionary funding is going to be allocated, and it helps a lot that New Beginnings is on the front page of the New York Times. It helps that it's on New York 1, News 12. So Councilman Baca, there's, you know, he does some stuff which I don't agree with, but
He does stuff for seniors.
for the
He does
most-
stuff for seniors.
for the most part,
And cracks in the floors, and cracks in the, it's true.
If anyone wants to help, call Jimmy Blanca's office, please, and ask him to help the shelter, because it's in his district.
yeah.
And he,
So
And he
before,
has never been there.
so call his office. They haven't decided yet, but it'll help if people call us. Last update from Kathleen Jones regarding the rent guidelines board hearings.
Yes, we need
Speak up.
people, especially those rent-stabilized tenants and tenants that are being harassed by landlords, that are worried about their increasing rents. We need people to come out and come to these meetings. Last year, we had a nice rally, and we were able to get a rent freeze for the 1-year leases for the rent-stabilized apartments. Now we're fighting for a rent rollback with the cheap oil. The landlords have not had the expenses that they thought they would have, and we're trying to get a rent rollback. If we can't get that, at least another rent freeze, maybe for the 2-year leases, but we need people to show up. So we're taking names and phone numbers of people that would like to come to some of these meetings. So I'm gonna pass this around and you can sign. So those of you that are worried about your rent, about the rent raises, especially the rent stabilized tenants, please sign. Last year, we went to the Cooper Union Building, to the Rent Guidelines Board meeting, which they decide on how much they're gonna raise your rent. I think it's June 28th is the date,
The final vote.
the final vote. We need people to show up. We need people to come out. We need people to get together and show them that we want another rent freeze for the 2-year leases. We want a rent rollback. We need people to come out, to stand together and fight for this, because you're getting lobbyists going up to Washington, and they're trying to make all sorts of deals with the landlords. We gotta fight that, and the way to do it is in numbers. These special lobbyists, they have the money. But we have the vote. We have there are a lot more tenants than there are landlords. And this area has a high concentration of rent-stabilized tenants. Our elected officials should be doing what is in our best interest, and not the special lobbyists and not the special interest, because we are the ones that live in their councilmanic and assemblymanic, district, and assembly district, and we are the ones that can re-elect them. So please, sign the list that is going around. We need to stand together, we need to fight. We marched over the bridge
So
to Cadman Plaza.
Kathleen and I attended the preliminary vote of the Rent Guidelines Board. If you're part of our Facebook group, I posted the video of the rally that happened before the vote. The range of increases they decided upon, which are not set in stone, does include the possibility for a rent freeze. Now, this is not a final range, but they're going to be doing hearings in each borough. And that sign-up sheet is for that hearing, which takes place Thursday, June 16th, at Bronx Museum of Art's 1040 Grand Concourse. That will be after our town hall on the rent issues. So if you can go to the June 16th hearing, that'd be great. Rent stabilized tenants are preferred, but anyone can attend, and you're given a chance to speak for 3 minutes regarding your situation, and it helps when there's a big turnout. Casa, which is on 170th and Jerome, they turn out hundreds of people. You saw their orange-red shirts. They're great, but if you can come, that would be great. Again, that's Thursday, June 16th. That's what the sign-up sheet is going for.
At the Bronx Museum?
So please, there's strength in unity, strength in numbers. So you gotta have a lot of numbers in order to get the politicians to vote
Yes, Bronx
to
Museum of Art.
support us.
All right, Ted,
The people on the board to vote in favor of
All right,
us.
guys, before we end the meeting, just want to say if you haven't paid the dues, please come up front to pay the dues. But our next meeting is Thursday, June 9th. Please attend and Antoinette. And whoever wants to receive the text messages, send the text to 347-654-7044 so you can receive the information. Everybody, thank you for coming.
Here's my $2 for the paper.
All right.
Pause.